Welcome to Jackson High School. Go Bears.
I just wanted to welcome you guys to JHS and say that I hope you have an amazing first year.
Welcome to high school. I can't wait to meet all of you.
Hey everyone, just want to say welcome to JHS.
I'm so excited to welcome our freshman class into our Jackson family. You are going to have an amazing time at high school. Don't stress about it. It's going to be amazing.
Can't wait to see you this school year, and go Bears.
I know that high school can be kind of scary and intimidating to the freshmen, but I just wanted to reassure you that that goes away very, very quickly, and that you'll learn that your 4 years in high school flies by. So my advice to you would be just to treasure those little moments that you make and those memories, and to not sweat the mistakes that you make along the way. And if you ever need anything, you can always let us know. We'll always be here to help you guys. Good luck.
Welcome to Jackson High School, freshman class of 2024.
I hope you all had a great summer. Hopefully the transition from JMMS or wherever else you guys might become from goes well.
There's so many amazing opportunities and experiences that you guys will have, so embrace it and have fun with it.
All the upperclassmen and staff members want to help you and see you succeed during your freshman year.
Hi freshmen! I know high school probably seems a little scary right now, but I promise you're going to love it. There's so many classes and clubs, and the teachers are super nice. We can't wait to have you here.
I'm really excited to get to meet you guys and make a difference in your high school career, and hopefully make it a lot easier.
I'm excited to see you all at orientation and start off this school year great for each and every one of you.
Can't wait to show you all around the school and show you what the school has to offer.
I hope that you all have an amazing first year of high school, and I know you'll all do great.
Hi, I'm Jeff Crocker, principal of Jackson High School, and I want to welcome the class of 2025, our new students, and all of our families here to Jackson High School. We are really excited to get the school year started, to welcome our new students in the class of 2025 into our building. And so we prepared a little video for you that'll give you just enough information to start off on the right foot this year so that we can have a successful school year.
All right, Jackson High School, let's first start by meeting our administrative team. Of course, you know me, Jeff Crocker, principal at Jackson High School. We have 3 assistant principals, Donna Jeffers, who will be working with last names A through GRA, Joe Knopic, last names GRB to OI, and Mr. Matt Zeiters, last names OJ to Z. And of course, we have Mr. Dan Michael as our athletic director. You'll be able to meet most of these folks each evening. We have orientation, and then we look forward to working with all of you throughout the school year. We ask that each of our families make sure and please read our student handbook and make sure they review all of the items that are within that handbook. And our student handbook can be found on our Jackson High School webpage. If you scroll down on the left-hand menu, which is in alphabetical order, as you get down to the S's, you will see student handbook. And you can click on that, and it's very easy to use. It can answer all of your questions, and the table of contents is clickable so that you can get right to the answers that you need. Again, please review this with your child so that we can have a successful school year. Safety and security continue to be a priority here at Jackson Local Schools, and Jackson High School is no different as part of that local school district. We are going to continue to partner with our Jackson Township Police Department, and we have Officer Von Spiegel as our resource officer throughout this year. We will also continue to use our Alert Us system if there are any emergency alerts during the school day. Another safety measure that we implemented last year and we want to continue this year is that students must wear their student ID each and every day that they are in the building. As far as health goes, we want to maintain the healthy habits that we started last year with washing, cleaning, and sanitizing our hands, and then also trying to maintain that social distancing as best we can throughout the building. If there is a measure of concern about any student or any issue here at our high school or after school hours, students, parents, anyone can use our Say Something app in order to help maintain the safety and security of our school building throughout the year. If your child is utilizing bus transportation, any questions you have can be directed to our transportation department at the number you see there. You can also reference our e-link on our district website for your child's busing information. Just remember to have your child's 9-digit student ID number, which may be found on the Home Access Center. At the high school, drop off and pick up is on the east side of the building in the lot between the high school and the soccer stadium. We do ask that students not gather in the commons when they arrive to school. Rather, they should start moving throughout the building, go into their lockers, and then on to their first period classroom starting at 7:20 a.m. All students riding the shuttle bus from the high school to the middle school at the end of the day are to be on the bus at the high school and are not permitted to walk to the middle school to catch their bus home at the end of the day. Please note that bus passes will only be granted in emergency situations at this time to start the year. If you or somebody in your family will be transporting your student to or from school instead of utilizing the bus transportation, parent drop-off and pickup is in the front of the high school. Please follow the one-way signs indicating the flow of traffic. You would enter on the west side and then exit on the east side. Please do not block the crosswalk. And please do not drop off your child at the back of the building near 16W, as we have many students and staff walking through that parking lot and do not want additional traffic for safety reasons so that everybody can safely walk into school. Again, we ask that students not gather in the commons when they arrive to school. Again, move through the building, go to your locker, and then start making your way to first period class around 7:20 a.m. If your child is unable to attend school because they are ill, we ask that you familiarize yourself with our attendance policy and procedures. We ask that parents please try to call off their child by 8 a.m. and you can see our call off line listed there. Whether you leave a message with our voicemail at that call off line or talk with one of our staff members, it is appreciated. The earlier you can call, the better off it is for everyone's organization, for you and for our staff members here at the high school. If your child needs to leave early, you may call into our attendance office, or you may have your child bring a note into school. They would drop that note off at the attendance office, and we will be sure to call you to confirm that that note came from you. On the first day of school, students will report to advisory, which is listed at the bottom of their schedule, and that will start at 7:40, and that will be again on the first day of school, August 16th. Zero period students will first go to zero period, and then they will attend advisory at 7:40 when they're done with zero period. Again, this policy and these procedures are all listed in our student handbook, and if you do have any questions, feel free to give us a call. Your child does have a locker assigned to them when they get here at school on the very first day, and their locker number and combination is listed on the Home Access Center. The locker letters and the first number corresponds with the hallway and then floor it is located on. So for example, ME202, ME is for mezzanine hallway, and that first 2 means that it's on the second floor. GO115 is in the G hallway, and that would be on the lower level near our gyms and athletic area. R128 means that it's in the R hallway on the first floor. So students can look at that, understand the letters correspond with the hallway, and the number corresponds with the floor that the locker is located on. JHS students, though, may carry a backpack as well throughout the day. They can have a backpack, they could have a drawstring bag, and they can utilize that throughout their day as well. Any questions about lockers, go to the attendance office and they'll be happy to help you. Breakfast and lunch is served daily here in our high school commons, and that will begin on August 16th, the very first day of school. Breakfast is served from 7:10 to 7:40. This year, there is no cost for a regular breakfast or lunch, but students will be charged for any extra lunch or a la carte items. So if they do need money, that can be paid to the cashier, or better yet, paid through our online Pay School Central system. And you can find those instructions for Pay School system on our webpage under the Parents tab titled Pay for Its School Fees. If your child is running late, they may take their breakfast to their zero or first period class to consume so that they have some food in their bellies and they're ready to learn that day. Please note that students must report to, though, and eat in the commons during their lunch period unless they have a reason to be out of that lunch period, and they'll need to have a pass from a staff member in order to be able to do so. Please remind your students to make sure that they charge their Chromebooks, particularly on August 15th, so that they're ready to roll on August 16th. But each night, every day, students will not be permitted to charge their Chromebooks here at school unless there's an emergency reason for that. Should your child have an issue with their Chromebook during the school day, they may report to the Jackson High School Library, also known as the Learning Commons, and there's tech support there that can help them. If it's a greater issue or an issue with their computer when they're not here at school, we do have a help desk on our website, an image of which you can see there at the very bottom. So please access and utilize each of those so that we make sure that the students' Chromebooks are running correctly so that they can get everything that they need done for their academics throughout this school year. Here at Jackson High School, we have many clubs and extracurricular activities, and we want to encourage all of our students to get involved beyond the classroom. Studies do indicate that students that are involved beyond the classroom do even that much better when they're in the classroom each and every day. So we hope that we have something for everybody. There is a list of all of our clubs and activities along with their meeting dates and advisors and items of interest in that way on our website. And then we'll also be pushing out many commercials to our students throughout this year to start the year so that they can get to know some of the clubs and activities. And our clubs and activities students will be there on orientation night in order to answer any questions that parents or students have about the clubs that we offer here at Jackson High School. Really excited about the many things going on here at Jackson High School, and we hope that students take advantage of these. Speaking of being involved, we encourage our parents to be involved here at the high school, and we value the partnership we have with our parents. One of the ways that you can do that and stay on top of what's going on with your students' academics is through the Home Access Center login to check grades and academic progress. I will be sending out an email each week on Friday that is a parent newsletter through SMORE, and that will have various events going on, deadlines going on, and just trying to keep you up to date with things going on here at the high school. For example, Parent Advisory Council will have those once each 9 weeks, and I'll be sending that date and time for that through my parent email. We have open house coming up on August 25th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m., a very open format. You bring your child's schedule, and you may want to bring your child with you as well so they can take you through the building and you have an opportunity to meet their teachers. We'll take any email or call anytime if you have any questions or need anything or just have a concern that you need to talk through with us. We're happy to do that. We do morning announcements, and I'll embed those morning announcements in my parent newsletter so that, again, you can stay on track with what's going on. And then another great way to continue that partnership and stay in the know is to make sure you follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All of those items are out there as well. So we look forward to that partnership throughout the year with our parents, and especially another time that we can stay involved with one another is through parent-teacher conferences, and you can see those if you mark your calendar. Those are coming up in October, the 5th and the 13th, and then again later in the year, February 10th or 16th. You'll be able to schedule those on the PTC Fast Scheduling Wizard, which you can see on the screen here. That is not open for scheduling yet, but we'll use our parent newsletter in order to inform you when it is open so that you can start scheduling those conferences as needed. But anytime you want to talk to one of our teachers, please give them a holler. If you have a question, just give them an email or a phone call, and they're happy to work with you. All right, next I'm going to turn it over to Jackie Pizzo. She is the head of our Student Services Department. She's going to talk a little bit about how the Student Services Office functions and a lot more about graduation requirements so that we can see your child successfully to that graduation day.
First, I'd like to take a minute for you to be able to find your school counselor. The school counselors will be available at orientation for you to meet face-to-face. Right now, take a minute and look at the counselors and the alphabet breakdown and find who your counselor will be this school year. The alphabet breakdown has changed slightly since years past. We are also lucky in our office to have Mrs. Hawkins, Mrs. Paleshi, and Mrs. O'Hara working together as secretaries. This year, we are going to continue the process of making appointments to see your school counselor, unless, of course, it is an emergency. Students can make an appointment with their school counselor using this counselor's Calendly link, which is located on the Student Services website. If you can't find the Calendly link, you can always email your counselor. After you make an appointment, you'll receive an email with a confirmation. You can use this confirmation as your pass to get out of class if you have made your appointment for class time. The next thing I'd like to cover are graduation requirements. The state has changed the graduation requirements over the past few years. Part 1 of the graduation requirements is to cover the basics. This is where you are looking at what credits you earn while taking classes in high school. Part 1 of the graduation requirements applies to all of the classes that are currently at JHS. The courses that are required are 4 credits of English, 3 credits of social studies, 4 credits of math, 3 credits of science, a half a credit of health, a half a credit of physical education, or 2 waivers. Please note that you cannot combine credit and waivers. You have to either earn the full half a credit of PE or earn 2 waivers to meet the requirement. A half a credit of personal finance. There are some exemptions to consider. And then 1 full credit of fine art. Many of our students that attended Jackson Middle School have met the fine art requirement. This is a very common question, but there are colleges that would like to see that they've taken a fine art during their 9th through 12th grade years. There are also other ways to be exempt from the fine art that would be considered acceptable. And then that leaves 4.5 credits of electives. Note that if you used a waiver or an exemption, the total credits you earn must be 21. So you could have to earn a few more credits depending if you used any waivers. Part 2 of the graduation requirements is where testing comes into play. This is where students must show competency. This slide does not pertain to the class of 2022. I will show you on the next slide the class of 2022's testing requirement. But for everyone else, the end of course tests have been reduced to 6 total tests. So this part of the requirements includes earning a passing score on the Algebra 1 and English 2 end of course tests. And then also taking the additional 4 tests in geometry, biology, American history, and American government. If testing is not your strength, we will offer additional support so that you can retake the tests at least once. After retaking the tests, if you still have not passed the tests, meaning algebra and English, there are a few additional ways to show competency, which includes some career-focused activities, enlisting in the military, or completing some college coursework. The college entrance exam, the ACT, will be administered and paid for by the state of Ohio in the spring of a student's junior year. So that's one time during the high school career, it's paid for by the state. If a student decides to take this test more than once, they're responsible for registering and paying through ACT. As I said earlier, the class of 2022, which would be our current seniors, have a little bit of a different option for testing. So if you are a new student senior, you would be looking at taking 7 end of course exams and earning a cumulative passing score of 18 points between the 7 tests. There are a few minimum scores, such as 4 points in math and 4 points in the English test, and then 6 points across the science and social studies. Your counselor will be working with you to make sure that you're on track to meet these testing requirements, no matter what grade you're in. And then part 3 of the graduation requirements is to show readiness. And this is a newer part of the requirements as well. And this includes earning 2 diploma seals. One of the 2 must be Ohio designated, and you can see there's about 9 Ohio seals that you could earn. And then there's 3 local seals that Jackson has defined, and you can earn one of those. It's just that at least one must be Ohio designed, but you can earn a local seal and 1 Ohio seal, or you could earn 2 Ohio seals. You just cannot earn 2 local seals to meet this requirement. As you read through the list, I'm sure you'll see that many of our students are going to meet more than 2 of these seals, but 2 is the minimum. You will notice on your schedule that you have an advisory period. This year, Jackson High School will run an advisory period on Fridays. The schedule for the advisory period will be after 3rd period for a half an hour on Fridays. During this advisory period, our goal will be to focus on your choices after graduation, such as to enroll into a place of higher education, to enlist into one of the branches of the military, or to seek employment, whether that's by entering a trade school or going straight into the workforce. You can receive your schedule by logging into your Home Access Center. Once you log into your Home Access Center, click the Classes button at the top, and then don't forget to hit the Schedule tab. Once you do those 2 things, your 2021-2022 schedule will appear. I've X'd off a couple of the columns that will not be important to you and that are more for office use. The columns that you'll be most concerned about will be the description of the course, the period of the day which will have the course, the teacher, the room number, and then the last column is the marking periods that you want to check. You do want to make sure that you have all 4 marking periods scheduled for each period of the school day. If you don't have 2 of the marking periods scheduled, you'll want to make sure to see your counselor to get that fixed. A few reminders. All students must have a minimum of 5 academics each semester. And remember, PE and yearbook do not count as academics. On the first day of school, we ask that all students follow the schedule that's found in their Home Access Center. Schedule changes can be requested up until August 23rd at 2:40 p.m. The schedule change form is located on the homepage of the Student Services website, and it is a Google form that can be submitted from home. Schedule change requests for a lunch or teacher change cannot be honored. If classes requested are already full, the move may not be possible. Once a counselor receives a schedule change request, they will work on this change. When the schedule is changed, they will email the student letting them know that they can now follow the new schedule. Until a student receives this email from the counselor, please follow the schedule that is located in your Home Access Center. There are Remind 101 accounts set up for each class in the high school. You can have as many people as you'd like sign up for these reminds: grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles, siblings, yourself as a student. Make sure you sign up for the remind for your class. Very important details on scheduling, if there's a change to the bell schedule, or other information for your class will be sent out via remind. Welcome back to JHS. We're glad to see you in person and have a great year.